Good morning, everybody. Daniel Swartz here from Sweet Home Farms. It's been 1 year. I made a video about a walkthrough on our little homestead and talking about what I plan to do. 1 year later, we're finally moved in. We just moved in and we're sleeping here for 1 week now. Last Saturday night was the first night we spent in our own home. Things are returning to a sense of normalcy now. We still have work to do. I still have to go back and tear down a couple of my buildings and move them as well. But we got fences done. We got a house that's livable. We got all our stuff moved over here. And things are going pretty well, feeling pretty relaxed. I just want to show you all what we did in 1 year. Turn that phone around. Here's our mailbox. I don't really want to show you the side because it's got my address on it, but that was pretty important. Now we're going to turn it around here. Hey, look at that. We got gravel in the driveway. We have paddock number 1. This is our north paddock. Now in the previous video I had mentioned I have 20 acres here. It's a 1/8 of a mile wide along the road, and she goes a 1/4 mile back. And we have just a touch over 6 acres of nice level top ground, and the rest is a floodplain. It's a bottomland. But this is about almost 3 acres over here. Got this divider fence put in, and I got my long-range powerful fence charger here. I bought from a guy out in Montana. It's all solar, works great, has different settings on it. This is the first time I actually grounded a fence properly. I have 3 galvanized 8-foot rods, so many feet apart. You're supposed to have roughly, I can't remember, I have to look it up, so many foot of ground rod per joule of fencer. And this thing's kick ass. Take you this way. I still have a lot of work to do. So when we put this driveway in, we created a mini dam, which you can see the brown area here. There was water setting in here because we had a very rainy period, and this water can't do what it used to do, which was drain over into there. Now obviously that is not going to stay that way. I need to give it some work and put some stone in there because that's a driveway. And I need to bring in some fill here. A lot of this is still going to change. This is not where I want my driveway. It's just where this one was, so we're using it for now. So I actually want to put my driveway entryway more centrally located. And when I do that, this low spot here is going to get filled in with stone and gravel. We have a big pile of stuff over here. There's still a lot, so much we didn't do. This wagon's got stuff on it. Now look at that stack of steel. This is just odds and ends, you know, 1, 2, 3 pieces left over from a job, plus all the cover sheets over only a 2-year period. So my job has been to build the house and get things livable, and my wife was tearing down our old fences and moving them over here. I also built a new fence as well. We did it as a family. But this is a nice paddock here. This is just a touch. It's about 1 1/3 acre. Things are looking different. I just got the garden fence finished yesterday, and we decided not to plant a garden this year. Just too much other stuff going on, which means we spend more money, but it's either money or time, and we're short of time, so we spend the money. This fencer's going good. These Parmac, this thing here is you know, been through the mill. Just keeps on ticking. Nice garden. It's 100 feet by 40 feet. But we got trees in here which is going to cause stumps, but I have a hot wire in there ready to put a pig in there, and the pig can start our tilling process. Now this is how you make use of whatever you have. So got a lot of fencing stuff. I've got some trusses that were left over from a job, blocks and whatnot. And I don't like sticking that stuff just in the grass, even if you put it up on stickers, because the grass grows up in between and it makes a mess. So we had some rolled roofing. Some of it was torn off of something, and the other stuff was leftovers. I laid that down. There won't be any weeds coming up through this. And this unsightly mess is where I got a little cocky with my four-wheel drive and got her stuck. The ruts ain't deep because I got a low-riding old Ford. We had been driving through here all the time, and then it rained so much this was underwater, but I had still been driving through, and it just hit that saturation point where the soil turned to mush, and I drove in there and just sunk to the bottom. So we don't have a barn yet, working on that, but we did have some movable little sheds. So this little 8x8 was a hog catching pen. It's now converted into a makeshift feed shed. Got the old dog tied up, and the rest of the dogs stayed, but he is not happy. But home is not far away, and he just won't stay here if I don't tie him. Somebody gave us a camper. I'll quit my yapping and do a little more showing here. Pile of firewood here from clearing the brush. I've got the basketball goal I should set up. We've got more stuff stored over in the trees over here. Pile of scraps from building. There's our beautiful refurbished trailer house. Pretty much stripped her down and rebuilt it. Our well will come up this way. Quite a change in 1 year. This is my chop saw here. Our yard still needs some work, but we can at least trim it with the weed whacker. But we got clothesline put up. I got a little station over here to wash clothes. A rainwater capture tank. I still have to put up the gutter. I got my wife over here. This isn't much different here, but it's filled in. In the last video there was little brush in here, and it was actually a depression. I brought in about 16-18 inches of topsoil. Where'd I get the topsoil? Well, when we excavated a foot of topsoil with all the little roots and stuff out of an area 40 feet longer than the house, and 40 feet wider than the house. We had two big long piles of topsoil. We still have one behind the house because I ran out of time, but the other one went in to fill up places like this. And then we filled in our depression with a foot of gravel, and then we went a foot higher where the house is. But this is going to be it's a beautiful spot to relax, and we want to build an outdoor cooking area out in here. So our fences, this is the south paddock. It's a little smaller. So just a little walk-through gate here. Now, here's the upland. Really nice little spot here. take you over. This way a little bit. You see way out in that corner, that's a marshy spot. I want to do something about that, but time will tell. Now we're going to go down into the bottomland. This was a really rough hill. I had some time with the track skid steer, so I came down in here and I built me. There was a little depression that was full of muck right at the bottom of the hill, so you couldn't get into the woods decent because that, you know, pick a different spot, but it's like that all the way along this hill, just a mushy depression. So I brought the track skid steer down in here and I built me a turnaround that way. And then this way. And then I was digging into the hill here for more gravel. I was going to make another turnaround between those two trees there, but ran out of time. There's always be another day. Look at this cool maple tree. Not much for lumber, but it's a great habitat for squirrels and whatnot. There's another one massive over in that corner. Probably has over a 3-foot base, but then it's got like 10 stems coming from it. We'll take you over behind the house and I think the tour is done. But my wife and I are very, very satisfied with the work that we've got done in 1 year. Looking forward to many more years here. Got a little pen built back here for my little foal that lost its mama. Still toss up if the foal will make it or not. Seems okay, it's eating good, but you just never know. That is pretty much the work we did in 1 year. I hope you all have a wonderful day.